as a therapist, when I work with workers, but actually when I work with all of my clients, one of the things I make explicit is to say that I'm not going to check their social media presence. And so that's with all of my clients. And with my worker clients, I say I will not be watching your films, because then it's explicit, it's a boundary, and it makes things, out there. It's part of the conversation. In terms of the red flags, yeah, I think people that are just really, really curious about this and ask the productions and ask what happens in the scenes, and questions that are not actually relevant to the actual conversation that the client wants to talk about is a major red flag. Or, if the client starts to see that the therapist frowns at something that is quite, really kind of like a really well-known part of the worker community, for example. If a therapist that says they're working with workers and they experience working with workers have never heard of pineapple support, I'll be like, you know, are they really? How many workers do they see, really? Right? Those kind of things. So it's some clues that the client can get along the way, when they start to really kind of pay attention to those things. So important. Sometimes the red flags can be really subtle, but it's really important to go with your gut as well. If you're having a gut feeling that your therapist is just not really getting it, trust your gut.